Yes, you read the title of this video correctly. You must sacrifice your parents in order to manifest your desired reality. And Caleb, why are you saying that I have to sacrifice my parents? That mean I'm gonna have to kill them, or I'm gonna have to... No, that I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to sacrifice my parents. Easy yourself, man. Easy yourself. Easy yourself. Let me explain why you have to sacrifice your parents in order to become the best version of yourself, so you can manifest the desired reality that you want to be experiencing. Alright? So if you're watching this video, you're very ambitious and you have big dreams, big goal, and a big vision. And 9 times out of 10, if you're like me and if you're part of the 1% that we're ambitious and we're striving, we operate in a different realm. You get what I'm saying? We don't let the physical world determine how we view ourselves. Yes, back then when we were traumatized and programmed and conditioned, yes, that was a part of the process. But now that we became conscious, we're not going to allow the world to continue to tell us who we are. Alright? So, back to the parents. Now, I want you to pay attention and stay present with me. Because what I'm about to explain to you, if you're not present in the moment, you won't understand what I'm saying. And in order for you to use what I'm saying and change your life, you have to stay present. Alright? So pay attention. Alright. Now, you have this big vision, and you've been striving towards your big vision, and you're the first person in your family that say you want to become a millionaire. Let's use that as an example. So you have this goal and this vision and this plan of you going to become a millionaire. Remember, your mom and your dad, right? They're not a millionaire. Get what I'm saying? So you going to them and telling them you want to become a millionaire. Some of the time, if it's like, if your parents were like mine, my mom is chill. But if you have a, like mine, you're going to hear some pessimist type of answer, like, just negative. Like, I ain't even got to go into details about that, because I ain't trying to paint nobody in a bad light, but you get it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. No motivation, no inspiration, just the worst case scenario. That's all they talk about. That's all they see. Alright? Now, what's going to happen is, whenever you go to them and you tell them your vision, they can't even fathom or conceptualize what you're saying. Why? Because they're not on your frequency. You have to understand this. They cannot see the world how you see the world. They are only seeing the world based on their past and how they project, how they think their future is going to come out. So when you go up to them and say, Mom, Dad, I want to become a millionaire. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. You know what they're going to tell you? They're going to probably try to get you to get back in a box and get back in line. Why don't you go work like everybody else? Why don't you go work hard like everybody else? Listen, the misconception about work is that you have to work hard for money. And the thing is, another misconception about work is work can't be fun. So now, in today's society, when you hear the word work, it sounds like something unease, something that you don't like. But I'm here to tell you, if you're doing something you love and you're going after something you truly, truly have a passion for, that is work. And another thing is, I'm going to explain to you what work is for me. Work is sleeping, going to bed at a good hour, eating healthy, reading, talking. Because guess what? I don't have conversation unless it's helping me become a better person or I'm helping someone else. So even talking, I'm learning as I'm talking. So what else? What else? What else is work? The gym, working out, that's work. You know, me posting content, that's work. Now, you know, all of these, you know, these are all work. This is what I look at work. And this is all fun for me. Now, when I'm eating food that is, you know, somewhat, I like to eat junk food once in a while. But I try to sleep as much as possible. Then I read as much as possible. Then I talk as much as possible. Then I go to the gym as much as possible. I post content as much as possible. That is work. Now, I'm going to tell you, go back to the topic of the video. How am I going to sacrifice my parents? Because that's what you're here for. Now, and why, Caleb? Why do you want me to sacrifice my parents so I can manifest my desired reality? Like, why the word sacrifice? Why do you have to... Why do you have to use the word sacrifice, Caleb? Why couldn't you, if you choose a better word, or, you know, alright, here is why. This is you. This is you right here, right? You came into this world. You came into this world as a baby. This is you. This is you. A big head baby. That's you right there, right? And let me put this right here. This is your mom over here. And this is your dad over here. And remember, God chose your mom and your dad so they can have you. Right? Now, your mom and your dad is going to be the God over your life in this physical world more than God himself. So anything your mom and your dad say about you, you're going to believe it, and it's going to go in the subconscious mind. It's going to go right in the back of your mind, and you're going to believe it to be true about yourself. Now, as a kid, you're going to have all these beliefs about yourself that comes from dad, that comes from mom, based on what mom and dad is going through. That got nothing to do with you, right? And if you were like me, if mom and dad used to argue a lot, mom and dad used to fight a lot, you're going to internalize it as if you're the problem. And now you're going to try to be in the middle to please both mom and dad. And if one of them leave, you're going to feel as if they abandoned you. So you probably have abandonment issues, right? Now, growing up, fast forward, let's say right now you've been through the process where you're healing and you're going through. Now I'm trying to tell you that you have to get to a place where you become conscious enough to where all the thoughts that dad plant in your mind, you have to become aware of them. And you also have to become aware of the thoughts mom plant into your mind that is not in alignment with who you're trying to become and the life that you're trying to live. And you have to understand that you have to overcome yourself and then overcome your parents. Then you can go out there and overcome the world. Because it starts with your parents. Your trauma and your programming start with the dynamic between your parents. So therefore, they are the root cause of your fucked up life. Now, you're an adult and it's up to you to go back and fix it. Now, you can put your awareness on the situation and realize that it no longer serves you, and stop going around talking to people about your problems. Yes, I remember in the past where, yes, my dad was an asshole and he still probably is an asshole. Who cares? I don't care. You get what I'm saying? But there was a point where him being an asshole bothered me so much. Why? Because I needed his love. I felt as if I need his love. Why do you feel like you need it? I felt like I need his love. I'm going to explain to you why. Growing up, I never got any acknowledgement. I'm not going to spell that. Right now I can't, never got any acknowledgement of, hey, you're doing a good job, or, hey, this is how you do. A matter of fact, there is nothing about this guy that I would want to be like, in a sense. Nothing really. Like, we got nothing in common, and it's no disrespect if you're watching. There's no disrespect. I love you, but I don't like you. You get what I'm saying? And you have to get to a place where your mom and your dad is like they're dead. And I'm not saying you have to sacrifice them physically. You have to kill them mentally. So their thoughts, because remember, thoughts are like a transmit. That you can have thoughts that transmit, right? Now, when you have growing up, right? If you don't become aware of your own thoughts and the thoughts of other people, it will pop up in your mind, and you will. This is where you're gonna go. You've been going wrong. You've been owning the thoughts of your parents that they think about themselves, that they projected on you as if that is you and that is who you are going to be. You've been owning their thoughts as if it's yours. And if you don't realize that they didn't believe in themselves, they didn't go after their dreams, they didn't go after their goals, so they have nothing to share with you about going for your dreams and going for your goals. All they're going to project on you is fear, limiting beliefs, and they're going to be like, who are you to think you can, and your own parents can be the cause for you not to become successful if you allow it. Now, I have a question for you. Are you willing to cut them off and never speak to them again? I am. I am willing to cut anybody off and never speak to them again if they try to get into the way of my desired reality or my goals and what I'm trying to manifest. I have no time for games because I came here to serve a lot of people, and I would be damned if I allow one or two people, especially the people that God placed to govern you, to guide you, to go and fulfill what you were sent here to fulfill. I would be damned if I allowed them to stop me from going where I should be going. Now that I got that out of the way, and I'm very passionate about this topic, and that's why it's coming out so fluently. And Caleb, now you said sacrifice. Why that word? Because when you start to go on your journey, remember, you have to become independent. Independent. And what I mean you have to become independent is you have to no longer depend on your parents. You have to no longer depend on your parents. Why? Anytime you depend or you lean on anything outside of you, you're going to be let down. And this is not just about your parents, but for this video, we're talking about your parents because they are the first two people that have access to your subconscious mind, and they are the root cause of your conditioning and your programming in the early stage of your life. And if you can go back to the root cause and see how the trauma from your parents that they projected on you, how it's limiting you, and you can overcome that and heal, I'm telling you, nothing in the world can stop you. Nothing in the world can stop you. Alright? So now, when I say you have to become independent, I mean you have to stop depend on them for anything. Now, I used to depend on my, let's do this. I used to depend on him, right? And I will give you an example of my life so you can reflect it to yours and understand. And if you're watching this video, learn, keep watching, because maybe you can learn something. Alright? So, I used to depend on him. And you know what comes from when you depend on people? Control. Anything you depend on or rely on outside of yourself, that thing will control you. If you depend on a job, that job is going to control you. If you depend on a friend, that friend is going to have some control over you. If you depend on your parents, they're going to have some control over you. You get what I'm saying? Anything or anyone you depend on outside of yourself is going to let you down some way, somehow. Why? Why, Caleb? Why you say anything you depend on outside of yourself is going to let you down? Why? I'm curious, Caleb. Please tell me why you say that. Because I want to know. You know, maybe no one else in the room want to know, but I want to know, Caleb. So please explain. I'm going to relax. All right. Now, because everything changes. People change. Things change. Situation change. Everything change. And you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to adapt. Now, how do you adapt? Because the thing is, I used to depend on my dad for a place to stay, right? Why? Now, let's talk about where codependency comes from. Now, growing up, right? If you didn't have the right support system growing up and the right people there guiding you and teaching you and telling you what is right from wrong, instead of beating your ass and talking to you like you're a piece of shit, and you really are like, you get what I'm saying? Like, your parents that is supposed to, the two people that are supposed to take care of you, they talk to you like you're a piece of shit, and you have no purpose, and you have no value, and you ain't worth nothing. Like, you know what that does to a child? If you're watching this video, I'm sure you do. So, this is where the dependency comes from. Because the people that are around you that were supposed to teach you how to become self-reliant and how to be able to become a human being so you can navigate this world with the... what's the word am I looking for? You can navigate the world with the ability to perform and show up the way you're supposed to. Alright? Maybe there's one word that I could have used to replace all of that what I just said, but I hope you get it. Alright. Now, in order for you to not be dependent on anything or anyone outside of you, especially your parents, you have to become self-reliant. Now, this is where it gets juicy. Self. This means inner. Reliance mean trust. Inner trust. In order for you to rely on yourself, you have to trust yourself. Now, if you grow up with parents like that make you feel like shit about yourself, you cannot trust yourself. So when you go to them and you try to tell them your vision, they're going to project doubt at you. And if you're not conscious and aware that they're projecting their limiting beliefs at you, you will internalize all of everything they're saying, and then you won't trust yourself. So you have to separate yourself from their opinion and stop seeking their validation and their love. Because if someone do not love themselves, they cannot love you. If someone did not chase their dream, they cannot give you advice on not chasing their dream. The only advice they can give you is do what you love or do what you want to do. But then when you take that advice, they are the same one that's going to try to stop you because they don't understand the wisdom behind the advice they're given. All they understand is the regret. All they're feeling is regret for not doing what they wanted to do. And that regret could project outside as insecurities. Insecurities. And they're going to be projecting insecurity, doubt, you know what I mean, shame, guilt, blame, judgment. And the thing is, if you're not aware, you're going to pick all of these up as if it's you. And you're going to own it, and you're going to walk around and act as if this is you. This is not you. That's why you need to kill them. That's why you need to sacrifice them. All right? When I say kill, again, or sacrifice, I do not mean... Okay, let's make that clear. Because I don't want YouTube or anyone. So let's go back. Self, inner, reliant, trust. You have to build up inner trust. Because without you trusting yourself, you're not going to be able to take the right action. And you're going to always doubt yourself. You're always going to second guess. You're going to be indecisive. And you're always going to look for outside. The thing is, you're going to always look to the outside of yourself for solutions to your problem. Like, you're going to always look outside of yourself for solutions to your problem if you do not trust yourself. And therefore, you'll go to your what? Mom and your dad. And let me tell you this, in this world, you have some mom and you have some dad that could be your biggest enemy. They could be your biggest downfall. The ones that are closest to you are the ones that are capable of hurting you the most. And if you're trying to become the best version of yourself, you have to be willing to cut off anybody. Yes, you can honor them. Yes, you can respect them. And yes, you don't have to disrespect them. But you are now an adult and you can set your boundaries. But first, in order for you to build inner trust, because this is all about inner trust. This is all about you manifesting the life that you want, and you get into a place where you know you don't have to depend on them. You don't need your advice because they don't have advice to give you for where you're going, because they can't even understand your vision, bro. Like, they think you're crazy. I promise you, if you have parents like this, they think you're crazy and they actually believe you're actually crazy. And they think you're stupid and they actually believe you're actually stupid. So you, bro, let's not even waste time. Now, inner trust, right? You need to work on your inner trust. How do you work on your inner trust? All right. By giving yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. Do nice things for yourself. You know, do small tasks that can help you build momentum so you can eventually get to the big task. So for example, if you want to start going to the gym and you want to start doing this, start walking more. If you can't make that big jump and start going to the gym, start walking more. Start drinking more water. Cut down on certain little things. Do small tasks, small changes, and eventually you will slowly start to build inner trust. And you will slowly start to trust your own advice and your own inner guidance. Because the thing is, if you don't have inner trust, you will not trust your intuition. Because your brain and your heart will be out of alignment. Your brain and your heart will be out of alignment. And you need your heart and your brain to be going in the same direction, be in alignment, focusing on the same thing so you can have it manifest. And the thing is, reason why I say inner trust is this word. Inner. Everything starts from inside out. inside, out. Not outside in. So when you go to your parents, you're going to the outside for advice, and then the outside is going to influence your inside, which is going to create lack of trust. And the action, just by you going outside of yourself for advice, you're already in lack. The act of you just going outside, you're already in lack. Because you're trying to go find something you don't have. You already have everything. Creation is finished. Reality is finished. There's 3 planes of existence: the physical plane, the mental plane, and the spiritual plane. Creation is finished in the mental and the spiritual plane. It's just the physical plane that have a lag, that is delayed. Now, if you tap into the 4th dimension, which is the mental plane, you can get the idea and the thoughts and the guidance to manifest whatever is already in the 4th dimension, the mental realm and the spiritual realm, into the physical realm. Creation is already finished. Creation is already finished. And I'm going to give you a little key point before I leave. Understand this. This whole life experience, we have one life, and that life is free. That whole life experience is free. And within that one big life experience that we have, there's a lot of small experiences, and everything is free. And if it's money you want, you have to understand that money and spending a lot of money is an experience itself. So if you can manifest and spend $1, why can't you manifest and spend $100,000? It's just an experience, just as you spending $1. If you look at it like that, nothing can stop you. Now, I know I just went off track, but I just hope I gave you a nugget that you can understand. But like I said, your parents are going to stop you from going to your desired reality. Why? They're going to keep you in a box. They're going to try and keep you in a box. They want the old you that they grew up with, that they're used to. And you're literally sacrificing. You are killing a part of yourself. You're literally sacrificing the old you that made them feel like they are valuable. You're literally sacrificing the old you that made them feel like they have something over you, that you need them. So when you're no longer the person that need them anymore, they're going to feel uncomfortable because they're not used to that relationship dynamic. You give them a sense of value when they could help you and feel good about themselves. But now that you are stepping out and you're becoming the best version of yourself, and this is not for every parents. You have parents that really support their kids, like me. I'm going to support my kid and make sure he do whatever he want to do and whatever he loves. And I'm going to reinforce good habits, good behavior. And I'm not going to traumatize my kid. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because I went through that and I didn't like it. So why would I do it again? So your parents have no excuse to do what happened to them to you. Because it happened to me, and I'm not going to do it to my kid. I had a choice to make the change and become the person I am. Everyone does. And at some point in your life, you have a choice to make a decision to become a better person, and you choose not to. All right? So this video is only for parents that is not in alignment with your higher self, with the person you're trying to become. You have to cut them off, and you have to separate yourself until you can get to a place where you can go back and communicate your needs effectively. And it's even best if you need nothing or want nothing from them and you need no closure from them. Heal and get to a place where you need no closure. You don't need them to say sorry. You don't need any validation from them. You get what I'm saying? You can still go around them with love, but at least you have your own thing. You're self-reliant. You trust yourself. You're making your own decision, and you are responsible. Now, in order to build inner trust, you have to take accountability. I mean, you have to take responsibility. Kind of the same thing. You have to take whatever. You have to take responsibility for your life and say, you know what, I don't want to be this person no more. I want to change. And you have to start working on yourselves to become responsible and start taking accountability and realize, listen, yes, they weren't there for me, but now I'm older, I'm an adult, I have to step up and I have to, because these people aren't making it any better for me. And now you have to take charge of your life, man, and realize that you are the creator of your life and you're the creator of your experience. And there's nothing that you experience in life that you don't subconsciously believe is serving you some way or some shape or form. Whatever experience you have, deep down, you believe it's serving you in some way, else you wouldn't experience it. I wouldn't be making this YouTube video if it didn't serve me, or it didn't make me feel good, or I didn't like sharing, or I'm benefiting from this experience some way. That's why I'm doing it. You watching this video is because you're benefiting from it. So that bad situation that's happened in your life where your parents don't believe in your dreams, they're stopping you, and they're casting doubt over you, why do you keep manifesting that situation? Is there a trauma? Do you need their love? Do you need mommy and daddy to come and hug you at 24, 25-year-old or 30-year-old and be like, I'm sorry for hurting you when you were 5 years old, and they just broke down and cried? Would that make anything better? No, it's not going to change anything. Because what already happened. Now you got to go back to the past and see, what can I learn from this? How can I use that to empower me, to make me the best version of myself so I can manifest my desired reality faster? Because in every pain, in everything that causes you pain, there's something to gain.